Hey, I'm a transformation evolutionist, and basically I help a lot of people, progress and evolve into bigger, better, more amazing human beings through self-actualization and more amazing businesses through self-actualization of the business. So let's talk for a minute today about, there are 7 different types of negative self-talk. There are probably more, but these 7 different types are the most frequent, the most common. The first is an overreaction. So basically, the overreaction of breaking into and talking about, and it being a negative self-talk is to think that everything is terrible. Things are terrible that are going on. When we start to think in terms of things are terrible, we infuse ourselves with negative self-talk, which is always a detriment to who we are, who we're becoming. Second, negative self-talk category basically is personalization. That's when we think that things are all happening to us, and that why is this thing happening to me? That's a big part of a negative self-talk, and it starts a negative cycle of perpetuation that really hurts your ability to resolve situations. Third type of negative self-talk that we're involved in is sort of absolute languages. The kind is, I'm a bad person, something that absolutely labels and definitively describes something. That's a negative self-talk, a basic negative self-talk, big one, and that hurts your ability to move forward because it sticks you in one place. That's sort of an unbreakable prison. The next type is an assumption, basically. The next type of negative self-talk is an assumption when you think you're not good enough. You've made an assumption that you're not good enough for something. This happens all the time, especially in business and in growth processes and in trying to evolve anything. You compare yourself to other things and other people, and you think, oh, I'm not good enough for that. I don't have those skills. I don't have those abilities. I don't have that personality, et cetera, et cetera. And then the next type, the 5th type, I guess, is when you have, you have expectations, the kind of expectations, and this is, how things are supposed to work, and you kind of put yourself in that kind of a negative state where you are in deciding in advance how things should be rather than paying attention to what things are in the moment. The 6th type of negative self-talk that, we have to pay attention to is comparison. Comparison never helps anybody. Why can't I be like her? Why can't I be like him? Because you're not that person, you're not that person. You can't be like that person. And you shouldn't attempt to. Emulation is sort of a suicidal thing for your personality and for your growth. So comparison is a big negative in terms of your ability to expand your consciousness, see a better vision of the future and all kinds of other things. So, and then the 7th type of negative self-talk is regret. If you hadn't done this or that, things might have been different. So when those kinds of things come into play, it absolutely hurts your ability to, move forward. So let's not get stuck on these negative self-talk things, because, they don't help. And, basically, if you want to move forward, if you want to be a better person, if you want to have, better experiences and help others, you want to be on the positive side of things. And there's nothing wrong with having a negative understanding of things, but that you have to use the negative as a springboard to make corrections, not as a absolute, not as a regret, not as an assumption, not as a overreaction, et cetera, et cetera. So when we use the negative as a tool, then we are able to promote a higher state of consciousness and a better effectiveness, better behavior, better thoughts, better language, better conditions. Okay, till the next time.